What's going on, everybody? My name is Ethan. Welcome back to Hard Cap Games. Another episode here on the channel today, and I want to ask you one question. What would happen if every two-way player in the NBA was given their chance to shine and they were the best player in the league simultaneously? That's what we're here to do today, guys. We are here in 2K22, NBA 2K22. Right now, currently rocking with the 76ers. Doesn't really matter right now. But what have I done, you might be asking? Well, quite simply, I have gone and made every two-way player in NBA 2K22 the max overall that they could be. Quite simply, I just went quick edit, and I found two-way, and I just held up on the stick until it stopped. But what does that mean for individual teams? I want to take a look at that real quick. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to sim a full season. And we're going to see what teams may or may not benefit from having these two-way players. Now, once I'm done going through all of these, then I'll change them all to be non-two-way players, give them a one-year contract on whatever they're being paid currently, and we'll sim the season, see what happens. Then, in the next season, we will sim an off-season and see where these players end up, and then we'll jump right back into it with one more year to see what could happen. So if you guys are excited, make sure to leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and drop a like, drop a comment. What other challenges should we do like this in 2K? What other experiments? If you want, what do you want me to do? Madden 2K doesn't really matter to me. So, Grant Riller, the point guard out of I'll just pull up their card. The point guard out of the College of Charleston. He was drafted at the end of the second round last year. He was on a two-way deal. He is now a 95 overall. I'm not going to scroll over for all these, but you can see if we go across, except for his durability. I don't know if I can actually edit. I can't actually edit his durability, that's why. Okay. He makes him a 95 overall. Here we have the Milwaukee Bucks with Justin Robinson up to a 95. Devon Dotson, who I believe is Damian Dotson's brother, up to a 95. If I'm wrong on that, correct me, but I thought that's what I heard at one point. Broderick Thomas, I don't know where he's from, doesn't have college. 24 years old, undrafted player, up to a 98. The Celtics do not have a two-way player, which is going to be something interesting to see because a lot of teams, like the Cavaliers, like the Bulls, some of them just don't have two-way players. What's going to happen then? Are we going to see them fall off a little bit, even though they might be better teams like the Celtics? Will they fall off in favor of these teams that have these 98 overall players? The Clippers have two, which makes them, in my opinion, favorites. They have Amir Coffey, who's a 99 overall, and Jay Scrubb, who's a 98, which instantly makes them two of the highest overall players in the game right now. And then they also have Kawhi and Paul George as normal. So this team is very scary to me because they also could technically play some different positions here. Paul George is taller than Kawhi, I just didn't know that. The Memphis Grizzlies have Killian Tilly up to a 99 overall. The Hawks have Skylar Mays. The Heat have Caleb Martin up to a 98. I didn't realize that Caleb Martin was a two-way player for them. That's interesting. The Hornets do not have a two-way player on their team. The Jazz have Trent Forrest up to a 95 overall. Sacramento Kings, Louis King, or Lewis King, I don't know how it's pronounced. It could be either way. Up to a 99. None for the Knicks. None for the Lakers. Ignaz Brazdeikis, the Michigan man, up to a 98 overall. None for the Mavericks or the Nets. Marcus Howard isn't even the highest overall on his team because they got Nikola Jokic. Marcus Howard out of Marquette is up to a 95 overall. None for the Pacers, none for the Pelicans, none for the Pistons, none for the Raptors. The Rockets have Tyler Bay and Anthony Lamb, which might be interesting. You never know what's going to happen there. Chandler Hutchinson for the Suns up to a 99 overall. Paul Watson for the Thunder up to a 98. Nathan Knight up to a 99. Keljin Blevins up to a 97. Over here on the Warriors, we have Michael Mulder and Chris Chiozza up to a 97 and 95. And the homie, shout out Cassius Winston, one of my favorite players of college basketball history. I'm a big Michigan State Spartans fan. Sue me. So that's what we have going on here. The thing that's interesting to me is that we have all these 99 and 98 overall players, but like none of them have badges. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Nathan Knight's the only one that has more than 2. He has 5 badges, which might be interesting. He might be, I don't want to call him like a candidate for anything, but because if we look at in his career, he's averaging 3.8 points per game, 2 rebounds, and now he's a 98 overall. So I don't know what's going to happen here. What's his tendencies look like? He's got decent tendencies, so Nathan Knight might be interesting to watch. Wow, that's a very high middle tendency, shot close middle tendency, and left. Interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to adjust each one of their contracts to make them not two-way players, and I'll be right back. So what I'm realizing in most cases, right, is that as I'm going through, there's too many players. If I wanted to sign Ignaz Brazdeikis for the remainder of the season, my roster is full, which means I got to come down here and make a decision on who do I cut. I mean, in this case, in most cases, it's whoever has the least offensive contract, in which case it's going to be Etwan Moore for the Magic. So hopefully I don't piss off any fans by doing that, but it's purely for the sake of experimentation. Alright, so I'm back, and as you can see, I've gone through every single team and every single player, and there is now no one on a two-way deal in the entirety of 2K. So, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to quite simply just go back and select a team. And because I'm rocking out with the Celtics jersey today, thank you for your service, Kemba Walker, by the way. I'm just going to rock out with the Celtics, because I know the Celtics aren't necessarily going to do much. Let me just make sure my settings are good. All right, so I've gone through. The Celtics will now be taking care of everything. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sim to about the All-Star game, and we're going to see what's going on. This is the trade deadline. So where's the All-Star selection? All right, well, let's go to the trade deadline. All right, so we have officially made it to All-Star Weekend selection. I'm not going to pick the teams. I do want to see who is up for the choosing. So let's just do an auto draft real quick. Let's see. Ignaz Brazdeikis, Jay Scrubb, Nathan Knight, my boy Cassius Winston's down there, Paul Watson, Trent Forrest. You can see Amir Coffey and Devon Dotson and Tyler Bay are down there. Broderick Thomas and Lewis King are also starters. This is going very, very well. So, the Celtics right now are in 8th, but who really cares about that? So we're just going to come up here real quick. Look at the award races real quick. So, as of right now, Giannis is leading with a 29 and 10 double-double. Jeez. Nikola Jokic, oh my god. Joel Embiid, but also Jay Scrubb is up there. 22, 10, and 5 for the dude. That's insane. Rookie of the Year, Cade Cunningham. Crazy. So, kind of crazy there's no rookies on here. Sixth Man of the Year, Chris Chiozza, Ben Simmons. Has the computer been making trades? Oh, this is even better than I could have asked for. Defensive Player of the Year. We got Ben Simmons and Giannis on the same team. Oh my god, that's chaos. Most Improved, Michael Mulder is on here. The fact that he's on here, but also these other dudes that weren't improved are on here is kind of crazy. So, if we look at the 76ers, Grant Riller's averaging 17 and 10 rebounds. That's very good for him. Yeah, so the Bucks made a trade. Simmons, Middleton, and Antetokounmpo. Justin Robinson's doing all right, you know, playing point guard behind Ben Simmons is probably hurting him a little bit, but 12, 10 rebounds and 9 assists. Kind of crazy. Oh, I have injuries on too. Zach LaVine and Lonzo Ball are currently injured, but that means that Devon Dotson is averaging 16 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 8 assists a game, which is absolutely insane. And 2 steals. That's insane. The Cavs, Broderick Thomas made an All-Star game, so that's good for him. He's averaging 19, 11, and 7. Nothing for the Celtics. Typical stuff for the Celtics, right? Yeah, Jay Scrubb right now, with Paul George being injured, Jay Scrubb is averaging 22, 10, and 6 with 2 steals and a block. That's absolutely insane. I see why now he's up for MVP. Killian Tilly was doing very well, averaging 10 and 5, but he got injured with 14 points. Skylar Mays, 15, 10, and 7. So what I'm seeing so far is that like these guys are just doing like good teamwork, you know? Trent Forrest, 14, 11, and 9. That's crazy stuff right there. Mike Conley's injured, which is definitely helping Trent Forrest a little bit. Lewis King, 17, 10, and 7. Ignaz Brazdeikis, 17, 12, 7.5, 1.6 steals, 1 block. Like this is absolutely insane actually to look at all this. You kind of look at these guys and you're like, wow, what if they actually turned out to be really, really good players? And one day we're talking about Marcus Howard being awesome. He's got 21 points and 8 and 6. Tyler Bay is averaging 16, 11 rebounds and 8 assists. Oh, Anthony Lamb, yeah, 11, 10, and 7. That's pretty good for a backup. Or maybe he's starting, I don't know. DeJounte Murray and the Spurs, they didn't have anyone, but they traded for Doug McDermott, which is fascinating to me. Thaddeus Young is their second highest scorer. Chandler Hutchinson, 16, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Paul Watson, 16, 11 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. Nathan Knight, 21, 11, and 6.5. Whoa. And 1.5 steals a game. Pretty good for a center playing next to Karl Anthony Towns. I wonder how they're rocking that. I honestly wonder how they're doing that. Dame's doing Dame things, but Keljin Blevins, you know, with his 15, 10, and 5.5. Mulder and Chioza, I see why Chioza's up for 6-man. 17, 10, and 5, 16, 9, and 7. That's absolutely insane. And my boy Cassius Winston, look at it with his triple-double. Let's go. 17, 12.8, and exactly 10 assists per game. That's awesome. I love that for Cash. Wow. That's absolutely insane. So if we look at the standings real quick, and then we'll stop wasting time here. Bucks are still on top. Surprise, surprise. So the teams that don't have them are actually on the bottom. Except for the Magic, they just have Brazdeikis. But that's exactly what I was wondering. Yeah. This is basically what I expected. Yeah, all right. Let's just sim to the end of the season and get to the playoffs. All right, so looking at the final awards for the rest of the season, Nikola Jokic finishes with, whoa, 27, 12, and 10 with almost 2 steals and a block and a half, shooting 50, 85, and 40. That's absolutely insane. Evan Mobley wins Rookie of the Year. Chris Chioza, 6-man of the year. Okay, so we do get one award here. 16, 9, and 7 with a steal and a half and a block. 99% free throw, 50, 40, 90 club. Just barely squeaks it in there on 2 accounts. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year. And Michael Mulder wins Most Improved Shooting, 16.8 on a 50, 40, 90 again. Awesome. Ty Lue wins Coach of the Year, and I don't know who that is, but it's not us. Oh, it's the Clippers. That makes sense. All right. Broderick Thomas will make a All-NBA first team along with Ignaz Brazdeikis. Giannis gets injured at the end of the year. That's going to hurt. Trent Forrest, Cassius Winston, Lewis King. I love it. And then we got Nathan Wright on All-NBA third team. Okay. That's a lot of injuries for an all-defensive team. But Ben Simmons, Drew Holiday on the Sixers. So that's what they traded. They traded Drew for Ben. Which actually isn't all that far-fetched if I'm thinking about it. Isaac and Gobert, Chris Paul, Lonzo, James, Davis, and Nerlens Noel, of all people. All rookie first team, nothing there. Are there no rookies? How do we not make an all rookie second team? What happened here? Oh well, what? All right. So actually, Cassius Winston and the Wizards this week into this game. Let's simulate this game. And the Wizards move on, and they will make the playoffs. Look at that. All right, so the Celtics make it, and on the other side we have the Timberwolves and the Grizzlies making it in. So we just sim this first round. Boston Celtics were eliminated. Cash gets it done. Cash gets it done. Wow. Okay. Okay, so I was expecting this over here with our super team, you know. Jay Scrub and Aaron and Amir Coffey over here do 15 and 14 and 14 and 14 is absolutely insane. Portland gets knocked out by Sacramento. Houston moves on with Jalen Green and Lamb and Bay. Wow, that's a really good game for them. They won by 20. And Golden State moves on with their 2. So that's Steph, Mulder, Thompson, Wiseman, and shows a 4 and 20. That's insane, dude. Calm down. Over here, the Celtics do lose to the Bulls, and it was Dotson and Vucevic. They gave us the work. But oh, man, the Bucks get knocked out, even with Giannis and Middleton and Portis and Justin Robinson and Ben Simmons. Cash Winston gets it done. I love it. 25, 19 rebounds, and 9 assists for the 6-1 God. Let's go. All right, next round. We got Philly, Washington, Chicago, Atlanta, Golden State, Houston, and Clippers, and the Kings. Let's see. Simulate the next round, and okay, they get swept. That's fine. A lot of quick series over here. We got the 1-2. All right, so we got the 2s and we got the 1 over here. So if we just let's just do this one. All right, so we got Clippers and Sixers. And I can't actually watch it because I'm not on either of these teams. Just give me just one sec. All right, so the Sixers, we sim game 1. Sixers win game 1. Jay Scrub did his best, but you can't stop Embiid when he just decides to put up 40. Actually, the Sixers winning is like worst case scenario for me. All right, Clippers come back. Malcolm Brogdon is on this team now. Kawhi, Morris. Coffee didn't do much. Where's the other dude? Is he hurt? Did he get hurt in the last round? What happened to Jay Scrub? What happened to Jay Scrub? Must have gotten hurt in game 1. All right, well, whatever. Second game, Sixers win. Oh, it's a 2-2, 3-2, and the Clippers win the championship. Paul George, so lame. All right, well, I mean, I guess he did average 16, 5, and 5, and with 2 steals. But all right, it is what it is, I guess. So if we look right here, we're gonna move right into the off season real quick. So we see Udonis Haslem, a bunch of other people retiring, a lot of Lakers. That tells you anything. Anyone important? Not really. All right, so we're gonna skip right past the draft. We're gonna get to free agency. So we look at the NBA draft real quick. The Mavericks had the first overall pick, and they grabbed a 78-year-old power forward out of Kansas State. The Pacers get an 80 overall draft and stash guy from Germany, the #1 overall player across the boards, and I don't know why the Mavericks didn't take him. He looks like he would pair perfectly with Luka. So we're gonna look right here, and we see that every single one of the players that we had previously is now a free agent. Yeah, Jay Scrub did get injured. Left ankle sprain in the rest of the season. It's a shame, but he won a ring regardless. So we see a lot of people are free agents right now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sim all the way through player progression and see where some people end up. People taking hits? What the heck? Tyrese Maxey's up a little bit. So I actually want to go back into free agency. So the Nets sign Chris Chiozza. The Suns get Chandler Hutchinson to a 4-year... They're signing him to maxes. The Wizards signed DeAndre Ayton. Hornets get Kyrie Irving. That's a little strange. I don't think that's going to happen in real life. Justin Robinson to the Spurs. Marcus Howard only gets a 1-year deal from the Nuggets. So that's a little strange. I don't know why they didn't sign him back as aggressively. So what I'm seeing right now is that not a lot of people got signed, which is a little alarming to me. I'm just going to advance to the season and see, so then I can look at people's rosters. Where'd all these 99s go? So Devon Dotson goes back to the Bulls. Broderick Thomas goes back over here to the Cavs. Celtics make no changes. Amir Coffey and Jay Scrubb both go back to the Clippers, rightfully so. Killian Tilly back to the Grizzlies. Skylar Mays back to the Hawks. Caleb Martin back to the Heat. Yeah, I'm not seeing much changing here. They all seem to go back to their teams, except there's a couple that don't seem to be on teams anymore. Chris Chioza left the Warriors and went to the Nets, which is scary because to me that means that this team is gonna win the championship, because Chioza, Harden, and Durant is probably a little bit better than a Kyrie, Durant, Harden, just based on purely on overalls. Marcus Howard went back. Grant Riller. I'm not seeing any of them like teaming up with anybody. I don't know if that's because they don't have the money, but like these guys just stayed. Justin Robinson does switch. He goes to the Spurs instead of going back to the Bucks. Chandler Hutchinson back to the Suns. Paul Watson back to the Thunder. Nathan Knight back to the Trailblazers. Blevins back over here. He's way higher overall than everybody else. And Cash goes back, and they pick up DeAndre Ayton. That's kind of crazy, actually, that like not many people moved. So I wonder, like, are there any that are free agents? Bradley Beal's a free agent. What the heck is up with 2K? Bradley Beal should not be a free agent. Valanciunas, Robinson, Nurkic, Miles Bridges is a free agent. Like, what? Why? That makes no sense to me. Well, hopefully at some point in the season they'll get picked up. We're just gonna send right to the end of the season, and we'll go through the stats once again. Something must have happened to the 76ers, because there's no real reason as to why they should be the third to worst team in the league, considering they were just in the NBA Finals. They brought back Grant Riller, but nothing else to their team changed. So they must have a lot of injuries. But it is what it is. Trey Young's going to win the MVP. I don't know who this dude is because it doesn't matter. He's a rookie. Stephen Perry. Tyler Herro wins Sixth Man of the Year. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year again. Tyrese Maxey, Most Improved. And who cares? So I'm curious because Joel Embiid put up 26, 16, and 4. So I don't know what's going on there. Again, there's only one rookie on all-rookie second team. He's not even a rookie. Cassius Winston makes another All-NBA second team along with Trent Forrest and Lewis King, Chris Chioza, Amir Coffey, Nathan Wright, Chandler Hutchinson. Nice. All-defensive first team. We have Trent Forrest at the guard and Nathan Knight at the center. That's pretty cool. Chris Chioza and... yeah, I mean, it's cool stuff with me, you know? So if we back out real quick, we can take a look at the stats. If we take a look at the standings real quick, we can see that the Hawks had the best record in the league, 59-23. The Heat soon after. And no real shockers as to who missed it. Again, it's the teams that didn't bring in one of those 99 overalls, or it's a team that didn't have one to begin with. The Charlotte Hornets, with Kyrie, did not go went 16 games below 500. That's kind of crazy. The Suns don't make it. The Mavericks, Timberwolves didn't make it either. It's a little insane. If we look at the league leaders, Luka Doncic averaged 35, 8 and 9. Trey Young averaged 34, 10 and 3, and didn't win MVP. Interesting. Anyone crazy finish up here that you wouldn't expect? Marcus Howard. He got a $6 million deal and was the 13th highest scorer in the league. It's a little insane. And other than that, I mean, Lewis King's up here. Tyler Herro's up here. I guess that's why he won that award for Sixth Man, I think it was. Actually, one thing I do want to take a look at is if I go team by team, I don't know why this team lost so many games first off. Their team seems like it should have been pretty... oh, they have Shake Milton. That's why. I'm curious to see how these teams that have... or how these players are doing individually. Devon Dotson has 64 badges. Oh my god. That is so many. What the heck? Also, I don't know who this kid is. He averaged 6 points. Broderick has 55. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be that high. 65 for Jay and 62 for Amir. Wow. 63 for Killian. Skylar, yep. I'm mostly just interested in my dude, but like that's insane. You know? How my boy do? 54 badges, averaging 17 and another double. Averaging a triple-double on the season. He learned from Russell Westbrook well. Look at him go. All-around threat. I want to see what his badges are. I mean, it's like, look at this. He's a 97. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Cassius Winston. Well, I think that's enough babbling from me. I think that we should simulate the play-in, see who gets into the playoffs, and then get the heck out of here, you know? We've got Orlando. Washington did not make it in. That's really sad, actually. All right, well, we'll simulate this round. Boston makes it on, playing Miami. The Clippers going for another one, I guess. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Clippers and Celtics. Wow, they took out the Hawks. All right, interesting. And we'll simulate the round, and the Clippers win a second one back-to-back, and this one goes to Jay Scrubb. So that's what would happen if every two-way player was a 99 overall. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you didn't, once again, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Helps out the channel a lot. Really do appreciate it. With that being said, my name is Ethan. It's been Hard Cap Games, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.